Hello. Hi, chicken. Man, it took me freaking forever. For some reason, I had to unplug the other end of the HDMI cable from my Bella box. Not sure why. Aren't you off today? You having a nice day? I'm gonna put my camera into wide angle real quick. I think I still have it on not wide angle mode, and especially you'll be able to see the leaves change better. Nice. Oh, really? Get around one and play? Cool. Okay, I might. It'd be only me. Beryl is in New Mexico. Probably not, because I'm kind of tired, because I screwed up my sleep yesterday. But I might go today. I mean, it could definitely be fun. Alright, that's not tilted too far up. That seems good. Cool. I had someone, one of my old real life friends, ask if I wanted to play games today or tomorrow. So I might, if he's available tonight, I might play games with him. So then I'd be doing that. Otherwise, I guess I'd wait and see how I feel. I'm kind of tired. I didn't get that much sleep yesterday because my brother and sister-in-law were visiting. So I got up in the morning and took them to the airport at like 3:30 in the morning. So I slept like an hour and a half before that. And then oh, I see. Oh yeah, you played with them last week, didn't you? So, because last week's when we met you down there, and you had been playing Magic before that. Yeah, I was asleep yesterday. It was like an hour and a half, and then I was awake for a while, and then another like 3.5 hours of sleep, and then I took a nap in the day. But like, oh, I see. Like if you're off work and if any of them available, you just end up randomly playing. It's a little bit chilly. Like just starting out. Hadn't developing heat yet. I guess we need to see how it goes, if you end up going around one or not. I might just be too tired to want to go down there and stay for a while and then drive back for 30 minutes, not like fall asleep or anything. I guess it depends. Guess I could if I drank enough caffeine. Just gotta drink tons of caffeine, you know? Well, sometimes it makes me feel bad. Like, it's always a plus unless you're so freaking tired that all it does is makes you feel even worse. Or whatever, I guess. Yeah, I was hoping the trail wouldn't be too wet, like muddy. It doesn't look like it's I guess for me it depends on the day. It has gotten more closer to the more the better. Because I think I've drinking so much of it. Oh, I don't know how to talk. That like it is like I've drank so much of it, it doesn't hype me up as much anymore. So I don't crash as much off of it. So if I'm really tired, used to it would like maybe hype me up, but just not as much. And then when I crashed off of it, I just felt like trash. Now I don't doesn't hype me up quite as much. So I don't crash as bad. My phone turned the brightness all the way down on the screen. I can't see in case I want to see chat. What is this wire sticking way out here? Oh, it's USB one. Wait, can I get that? My backpack. There we go. There's water puddles today. It rained this morning. Trail is a little wet. Not enough that I'm slinging water all over myself. At least not that I can tell. It looks pretty with the leaves changing. Man, my legs are stiff. It kind of hurts riding right now. I went on a really, well, strenuous for me compared to how I've been hike. When my brother was here. When did it go? Saturday. Went on a really strenuous hike. Hi, Dawson. How are you doing? I looked at the chat, looked back up, and there was a puddle. But did like Saturday the hardest hike I've done since I hurt my knee, and then haven't moved much since then. And I am so stiff. I'm kind of sore. I hope you're doing good today, Dawson. Oh, hello. Stop here and look at the river. Hi. Dad by Daylight. Let's see. Hi, Moonbeam. It's fun. It's like nice weather too. Also, it's like 60 degrees or something. Yeah. Welcome, Moonbeam. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, it's a pretty nice day. It's getting winter here. Oh, really? Oh, nice. Like, cool. Well, welcome. Yeah, here it's usually down in the 50s most of the time in October, especially this late. There was 2 days in this weekend where it got up in the 70s, and then it was cold yesterday, kind of, and rainy. Oh, I see. Well, cool. The Queen Mother. Nice. Yeah, it got in the like 70s, and then it was cold yesterday, and today the high was like 62. I think my car said it was like 60 at the parking lot, and it was rainy this morning, but it's sunny now. And then it's supposed to cool off down, and like next week it's supposed to be in the upper 50s and rainy every day here, which is like Pacific Northwest winter. So this is the last, what I would consider fall day, maybe, unless they change the forecast. They change it a lot. Like a few days ago, it was supposed to rain all like for 5 days straight and be colder. And then today, and then yesterday, they changed the forecast for today where it's like supposed to get up in the 60s and be sunny part of the time. So it ended up being like a nice day. So cozy, I love it. Nice. I'm glad you like it. I'll go on up. There's some more nice river views. This crosses river like 4 times, I think. It's like a trail on an old railroad bed. So there's all the old railroad trestles that go across the river. It's kind of like the river winds back and forth, and the railroad kind of went straight. So it crossed it quite a few times. Oh, my legs are back to being stiff again. Oh. Yeah, I was just saying when Dawson showed up, I hurt my knee like this time last year, and I hadn't hiked that much since then. And I went on at least what's for me an extremely strenuous hike compared to what I've been walking on, which is mostly flat ground, Saturday. So like, I walked around a bunch Sunday, so it was fine, but then I didn't walk any yesterday, and I'm so freaking stiff today. My legs are just like, don't want to move. Right now they're starting to feel better. Geez, it was in the 40s today. It's crazy that it's that much warmer here than down there. That doesn't happen very often. Normally, at least comparing to Chattanooga, which is where I lived before this, occasionally it's warmer here. And like say if I look at what the temperature is there, but usually it's so much colder this far north that it's almost always colder. No, I'm actually warm now almost. I was freezing when I first started. Alright, here's another bridge up here. Be another river view. The river sounds like it's roaring compared to the last time I was here. Cool. There's all these old, like, metal railroad trestles. And I think you should be able to see the river pretty well. Okay, cool, yeah, that's a good view of it. Nice, there's like nobody on the trail today. It's not that cold, I guess maybe because it rained this morning, but like, I've never been here with this few people. Oh, there it is. I thought I saw a helicopter. Alright, I guess I'll go on. Here, I just look at the river for a minute. And now my legs are tired again. The trail is way more dry here. I guess maybe more gravelly also than the beginning of it. There's a swamp, and over there's the river again. This is just dulled up between them. Water on both sides. Edge is washing away. They put plastic here, I would assume, to make it stop, and I don't think this is like this last time I came. I think there's basically a wall here. It looks like it just drops off. There's no trees on this part, and it's right where the river. I hope it's not washing it out. Or doesn't all the way where the trail is closed. Like what? It doesn't wash the trail away. It's a lot cooler here on the other side of the hill. It's like I just rode into a refrigerator. Well, it got all dank and muddy again. Also, meowdy time. How are you doing today, Tim? I'm good. Having a nice bike ride. My legs are a little bit dead from hiking a few days ago. I just need to warm up more. It's pretty nice weather. Like jacket weather, I need to wear a jacket, but would be chilly. But it's riding, I put off enough heat where I don't get cold. And cool enough where I don't have to take the jacket off. And there's nobody else out on this trail hardly today. I think I've gone by like 2 people to 3. So like I have the whole thing to myself. Unless there's more people up here. There's a parking area here. Huh, there's a horse sign. I guess you can have horses on this trail too. I think I remember that. I guess there's this. I don't ever see anything where it looks like horses have been on here. Maybe they, it's not it allows horses, but it's not a popular horse riding place. I guess especially if your horse is scared of bikes. Probably too many bikes here. Man, now I came out from around that hill and it's like I got out of the refrigerator and it's warm again. Here's the river again to the left. It'd be pretty cool to have a house there. They look like they're super expensive. Probably, but they're like out in the woods. Looks like they all have a lot of land and they're just around the river. And my knees, my legs are tired. Huh. I think right there is, maybe it's the other gap in the hill you go through where my string was cut off before. But it looks fine right now. It's like 5 or 6K bit rate. Oh, look at that big fluffy looking doggo. 2 people in a doggo. I didn't think to look earlier to see if I could see salmon anywhere. It's like salmon time of the year. There's a few different places where you can go and see salmon. I guess some of them are going up the river, but most of them, there's different places where they've laid their eggs, and then they just like swim around, kind of in a circle, like, I guess protecting them or whatever, the whole time. I don't see any here. Went a few days ago and saw some. Like one part of the river that had a whole bunch. I'll run on up. Supposedly there's supposed to be salmon where I'm actually riding to where the trail ends. It's supposed to be a nice place to see them. Warning, river is dangerous. That's the trail that goes down to the river. They have a river is dangerous sign. I guess so you don't go down there and, not pay attention and drown. this solar panel thing, solar panel up on top of the pole is there's a water gauge like station there. Whatever it is, where they measure river depth or water flow or whatever. Whatever they basically water flow. Another picnic table area. Almost to the end, I think. There's a lot more people on this end. Which there is a big parking lot down here, but I thought it would be more busy closer into town. Which is where I started riding from. See the river a little bit over there. And they have a volleyball net set up. That dog looked like it was excited about trying to run over to me if it could. To the end. I think I'll go up here and go across the road to the park and see if I can see any salmon. The place we went to this weekend where you can see the salmon, they were saying This is one of the best places to see them. I don't really know where to look for them here. Guess I'll go try to find out. Let me make sure all my phones are full tethered and everything. There's not very good cell service on the other side of the road, at least when I've gone over there before. Like, if everything's, yeah, I'm only doing like, well, 1,000 or 2,000 bit rate. But it's kind of going up and down too. We stopped to drink some water real quick. I guess I'll go to the other side and see if I can see any salmon and if my if the stream cuts out or not. At least I'm assuming the park is where they're talking about. Unless you can see them from this bridge. There's a salmon like sign here. Danger, river may rise unexpectedly. Cedar River Fishery. Cedar River Fishery is a catch and release fishery generally open the first Saturday in June to August 3rd. Man, 65 degrees is a high temp. Optimal temp is 38 to 58. At least for fish. It's actually crazy. I just like it being cold, I guess. See, what time is it? Yeah, I still have plenty of time before it gets dark. So might as well go over to the other side, see if I can see any fish. Alright. Guess you have to make a run for it when it hurts. Open during daylight hours. Alright, there's still nothing. It says they have this thing where you can't hardly get a bike around, but there's no sign saying no bikes. So I guess you can ride your bike in here. I mean, I have twice before, and no one's come and arrested me or anything. Told me I couldn't be here with a bike. Uh-oh, I see a dead looking fish. I don't see any swimming around. At least not here. You wouldn't be able to see them over there. I don't know if the stream died. I don't have enough service for this phone to connect. Oh, there we go. It's just really, 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 really slow. It is barely working. I'm gonna go over here where you can see the river at a different place. See if I can see any fish. And I guess if the stream dies, I'll head back. Oh no! There's 2 more dead looking fish out there. Maybe this is later. So supposedly, the fish, they're like salmon. They were telling us this weekend, most of the ones here that come here to lay eggs are either 3 or 4 years old. Usually they're 4 years old. Sometimes they come back in 3 years. And like they hatch and they go out through Lake Washington and out into the Sound in the ocean. And some of them kind of hang out near, and they were saying some of them will go all the way up to Alaska. And then they swim back here. Somehow they know where they were hatched. And they swim back here like 3 or 4 years later and go, and I think they were saying about the time they get into the lake, into fresh water, they stop eating and stuff, and they come up here and like lay eggs and swim around and protect the eggs basically until they die. So yeah. Where I saw them last weekend, there were places in the river where like the rocks are dirty, and you see like clean like circle areas, and that's where they like cleared out, clean the rocks off, and then they lay their eggs on them, or between them, or like in that area, I guess. And then so you can like look for like looking spots in the river, and then usually see fish swimming around there. I don't see any. They said this was the next best place to see them. I'm not sure where. I see. Oh, there's another one at the shore. All I see here are dead fish. Which, the water is shallow, so I guess if they laid eggs and swam around to protect their eggs until they died, some of them would wash up on the bank like that. So that makes sense. But I don't see any clean spots where it looks like there's an actual place where they, were laying eggs. There's Oh, this is so bumpy right here. There's one other place where you can see in the river over here. If I can ride my bike over to it. Oh, there's a trail that goes down right there. I don't really want to ride my bike. I could get off my bike and walk down, but I'd have to untether my phone, and I think AT&T is what's helping keep the stream up right now. This is really muddy and slippery to be hauling a bike down. Thought this would be the next best place to maybe see some fish. I just can't see any salmon today. There's some like cleanish looking places over there. At least it looks like to me. It might be the lighting on the water also, but this might just be, maybe they're just here certain days, or maybe this is too late and they've all have already died. Oh well. Thought I'd look since I was here. Guess I'll head back in. Been going for an hour and 2 minutes. This was kind of muddy. I hope I haven't muddied my shoes up so much that they won't clip back onto my pedals. Walking down this trail in bike shoes is not like the best thing I've ever done. I mean, I wanted to see the river though. Pretty much had to. All right. Guess I'll head back. All right, my feet still. Well, that one did. Okay, yeah, my shoes still clipped to the pedals. Awesome. This is so bumpy. I don't know what dig up. There's holes all around, kind of, where something's dug up the ground. There's a few parks I used to take Mog to, and it was the same way. I don't know what kind of animal does that, but like, I think that's why it's so bumpy. Something's dug up holes in different places. Probably does every single year, so it just gets really bumpy. Gonna spin around here. If I was a better rider, I could ride through that. It would just be tight. Bump, 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 bump. Probably could have went for it, but what if my bike like skipped gears or something, and I'm flying across the road right in front of a 18-wheeler, and I get smooshed. Never-ending cars. Literally never-ending cars. Probably should have went there then. Definitely should have. No one going that way. I guess I will head back. And that is freaking muddy. Oh, I'm actually kind of cold now. It was cold over there by the river. Well, I guess and it's cooling off. I did do a lot of standing, kind of still, or not walking that much. Oh, I should, I don't remember how long this is. I should record my ride. So I know the mileage back. And now I'll know about what I read, right, what I've ridden. Nice friendly looking doggo wants to say hi to everybody. Man, it's cold now. We're heading faster. I'm going downhill, so I'm just mostly, well, still pedaling. It's about halfway coasting. And going like twice as fast. The air is actually cold and dry enough. It's kind of drying out my eyes. This is so pretty with the leaves changing. He's shaking a bit, right? Well, my face is kind of cold. It's making me sniffly. I decided to come here. I don't know if I can really stream here very good without it cutting out. Not having AT&T. There's not very many places where it really makes a difference. This is one of them. I should go to Ducey Hill again one day also, because I'm going to cancel my AT&T service. One thing, I won't be streaming as much in the winter. IRL streams probably, plus Carol still doesn't have a job and the AT&T service is the most expensive I pay for. And probably helps the least. So really shouldn't be spending money on it. So I'll have it for like another week. Then I won't. The one dog like walked all the way over behind them, almost over to me by the time I was going by. It's like, hello, hi, do you have food? Or can I get pets or something? Can't ever tell. Mog used to walk up to people like, and they thought he wanted pets, and it's like, nope, only wants food, doesn't care about you if you don't have food. I never know other dogs if they want food or pets, or both. My car's still sitting here with its lights on. Sounded like there's a bird back there warning all of its bird buddies. That was some moron on a bike flying by. Definitely. Man, this is so high up compared to the ground on both sides. It's crazy, some of these places, how it's insane riding on railroads and seeing how much stuff they do to level them out. Like it's the hill they cut through, and then they build this up like 30 or 40 feet, or however high it is. And then the trussels. This one just has trussels over that one road and the river. The Iron Horse Trail, or whatever it's called, is crazy. It has like trussels over valleys. There's some places where they really piled up dirt going over valleys. And then you have like those really deep and wide ones have the like crazy high trussels. I've passed a bunch of people that I passed going the other way, like way back there. There's quite a few cars in that parking lot, more than people. I guess a lot of them walked like way down the trail, like further than I would think people would walk. I mean, I guess it's a really nice time for a nice long walk. The leaves are pretty and everything. I stopped at all the leaves on the way up. I figure I'll just go not stop on the way back. Right?
How's it going?
Good. How about you? Nice bike ride. Is that an e-bike? Oh, I think it is, yeah. I thought I heard. Hi, fish. I'm good. How are you? Just having a nice chill bike ride. Oh no, you're still drowning in homework? That's unfortunate. I was hoping maybe you got enough of it done where you weren't drowning. Talking to Farrell about anime. That's funny. Is it arguing about if it's traumatizing and trash or not? Most of it, I mean, there's some anime I actually like. Oh, dang. Isn't finals like December or something? I would assume. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I would assume like December. You have finals and then a Christmas break. I think that's how college works. And now, okay. Dang, that actually sounds horrible. Like, it sounds like you just have so much homework you can't do anything else other than like what, work and do your school and homework. Uh-huh. Yeah, I, never went to college, but I had friends that went to college. So I knew there were at least some finals in December. Uh-huh. But I also wasn't sure if it was a per college thing, where like some colleges had, I don't know, finals at different times and stuff. So I kind of figured. I figured there's some, probably, most of them are probably kind of mostly the same. But you have like, is what I figured, but you'd have at least some colleges that would do something totally different, like their own thing. It's like not the norm. And it was warm here earlier. It's like in the sun on the bridge. Now it's cold. It doesn't feel like a refrigerator like back there some of the places behind the hill, but it's not warm either. Yeah, maybe. It's not, maybe I should. I'm not really cold my whole body. I'm sniffling a little bit because my face is cold. My hands are actually starting to get cold. Maybe I should get me some full finger gloves. And maybe some warmer ones. It's not as cold as it was like a few weeks ago when me and Beryl were saying it was cold, and I said it was like 52 or something when we got back to the car. Today it was 60, I think, in the parking lot, is what my car said. And I think it was probably warmer on that bridge. I think the high was like 62. It's probably like, I'd say like 57 now. And I do have warmer clothes on than I did the other day when it was 52. So, not even close to being that cold. It's just I've been riding down. I was almost sweating earlier, but I've just been riding downhill now. So, not really generating much heat. And riding faster. So it's just a little chilly with the extra wind. I wonder if I want to ride in the winter, how I'd go about keeping my face warm. Yeah. Yeah, I almost wore the same like colder clothes like I did the other day, and then I'm like, wait, I've been freezing a lot. And I'm always stupid, and I'm worried about getting hot, and then I wear like too cold I get too cold. So I thought, well, I'll just err towards getting too hot. You could wear a buff? What's a buff? That is interesting. My phone also turned the screen down, so I had to like lean way forward to read it to figure out what. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. That would be useful, yeah. That would keep my, like, neck warm and everything also. That would go a long ways towards, I wouldn't have to, like I don't want my whole, unless it's really cold, I don't want my whole face covered. Uh-huh. Yeah, a thin one I'm sure would be better than nothing, but yeah, I don't want, like, unless it's really cold, I don't want to wear, like, freaking, I don't know, a ski mask or something and have my whole face covered. Not really, because I just hate having the whole thing covered. But if I could, like, pull it up and cover up my neck and maybe my chin and stuff, that would be a lot warmer. Right, I guess I gotta decide if I'm gonna ride anymore. I could go back down and ride the other way and ride a paved trail, but it goes along the highway. Or I could just go back and stop. Or I could go right up that trail a little, which is what I was kind of thinking of doing. What time is it? 5:53. So I have like, I don't know, 20, almost 30 minutes until sunset. So might as well ride a little bit more. Let's see. It says I rode 4 miles, 4.06 miles, and I didn't record on the way up there. So I've ridden 8 miles. I wouldn't mind, riding. Oh, I see. Well, I don't think I'll ever be riding when it's below freezing. It doesn't get below freezing that much here. Like, if I went and rode first thing in the morning, maybe, but I also don't like the cold, and I am going to try to get out in the cold a little more this winter, so I don't just go 7 months without bike riding. But I'm thinking a little more like when it's down in the 40s. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't. So if it's, I might push myself and get out when it's above 40 degrees, but if it's below 40 degrees, no. I'd rather just not go outside until there's enough days where it gets up to like mid 40s, at least upper 40s here, that I could just go outside less and not have to go outside when it's actually below freezing, because that just kind of sucks, at least to me. Like, going out below freezing is just what you do out of desperation if the weather's been so bad that like, I used to do that in the southeast because I like the cold more than the rain. Here, a lot of times it's dank and rainy some when it's cold. But like in the southeast, dial your system in enough. Oh, like, get used to it, I guess. Oh, yeah, there's water puddles in the bottom of the tunnel. It's even more fun. I mean, I know that's how the heat is for me. It's like, oh, getting too hot, just go outside and get used to it. Oh, okay. Well, hot's kind of the same way for me too. I can push myself until the point of heat exhaustion, or almost that point, and I know I'm getting too hot, so I can slow down then. And I can handle the heat really well, so if I am getting like heat exhaustion, it's because I'm just riding, like pushing myself really hard. Oh, okay. That's what my experience. Yeah. I'm not as good at that because I'm better at, I feel like I really can get used to the heat. I've never been able to get used to the cold as well, where I can just handle it being like 20 degrees with shorts on. I've known people that can do that. My brother does that. Where he puts off heat and until like sandals and shorts. Oh, probably so back there. Is this so bad? Oh no. Okay, cool. I was stopping to check and make sure something hadn't untethered, but nothing had. It's just, dang, that is quite a bit. I stopped right on the other side of this tunnel. I'm assuming it probably cut out when I went through that tunnel, and I'm behind the hill. Probably switched cell towers. This is the area of this trail that has the least service anyways. When I first checked it, like my AT&T phone didn't have any internet. Or at least it wasn't getting an upload. And then it started, so I guess yeah. Alright, let's see, what did you probably miss? Oh yeah, I was saying about you said more like knowing when to take. Okay. You're saying it's more of knowing when to take the layers on, put them on and take them off. And I was saying, yeah, I'm not good at that. I haven't gone in the cold that much. I mostly have just avoided the cold, and the heat, I feel like I can get in the heat more and get used to it. The cold, I feel like I can't. That I just need to wear warmer clothes. I've known people that seem like they could just tolerate the cold. Like my brother, sometimes like hiking, he'd wear like Or if he's just gonna go out and he's not gonna be out for a long time, he'll wear like sandals and shorts when it's down below freezing. Because it's like warm to, especially like shopping and stuff, because it's warm to him in the stores and he likes the cold so much that, you know, doesn't bother him. But I've known people that had like outside jobs where they worked outside all day and they would wear shorts when it's down in the 20s. And I was just thought, well, you guys aren't people. Like, how the heck do you stay that warm? Yeah. I've never been able to stay warm really when it's below 60 or 50, below 50 without like, you know, warmer clothes. I can stay warm below 60 if I'm like actually like, you know, exercising. Yeah, I guess I haven't gone out that much, so like I mostly just wear like, if it's really cold, I'll wear like below freezing, I'll wear my really warm down jacket, and then when I get hot, I'll unzip it, maybe to let my core cool off, and then if I still get too hot, I'll like just take the and if I get more hot after I unzip it, I'll just like take it off until I kind of cool off. But then sometimes I wait until sometimes with that I end up waiting until I'm like sweating in it before I take it off, and then I freeze, or even if I don't, I'll take it off and then just get too cold. So I guess layers. Could really be useful. And knowing when to take them on and off. I guess the real thing, I guess maybe you could fix out the layers. My hands and feet get really cold, and I feel like I have to keep my arms like really warm. So a lot of times one jacket like that, I can unzip it, but it still ends up keeping my core so warm that like I almost need to take it off and then my arms just freeze. I need to figure out how to keep my arms warm enough that my hands don't freeze. Well, just not getting overall. I thought I heard something. I heard something hit a tree, it sounded like, and rolling, and I turned around and looked, and there was a disc that came rolling out into the path. And I forgot there's a disc golf course right here. Yeah, I've used hand warmers. When I was like working for UPS, my fingers would just go numb and get where like they'd get so cold, and then I couldn't hardly pick up packages or use the handheld or anything because they were just like numb. So I started using hand warmers. Oh, and I couldn't wear. I guess the main reason I used hand warmers then is I couldn't wear like down gloves. I'm passing your left. But like then, I'd never really used hand warmers, but I couldn't wear down gloves because then the touchscreen wouldn't work on the handheld. and I couldn't use my phone and stuff if I needed to. So I wore thinner gloves that had like, the things for touch screens to make them work for your like one of your fingers and your thumb where the heat can come through. But my hands would still freeze, so I put the like like hot hands or whatever they're called. So arm warmers are different. They're just basically sleeves. I was saying the hand warmers was, they worked really well. And I tried them and I'm like, dang, I can't believe I've never used these before. So, I should use a larger variety of stuff, I guess. Like, maybe try arm warmers too. And my legs are getting tired again, pedaling uphill. Also should drink the rest of my water probably. I'm kind of thirsty. Probably getting tired from that. I'll stop right up here where you can see the lake and drink the rest of my water. Yeah, my, southeast, the winter's not that long. There's only really like 2 months where it's bad. And the rest of the time, you'll have some cold days and some warm days. So I've just always waited for the warm days and went outside. So, you can see better up here. Just avoided the cold. But now I live in a place of like 6 or 7 months of winter. So I guess it'd be beneficial to learn how to tolerate it more. If I still want to go outside. It's really pretty here. And I am tired. Huh. I can't. I just, It's like, I don't know what I think about that. I can't imagine it being nicer than the summer, but who knows? I could imagine it being tolerable, and there are other things I hated that I got used to, so if I can imagine it being tolerable right now, then maybe I could get to a point where I actually thought the winter was nice. I'd probably feel like I was sick at that point. That'd be so much different compared to how I am. Even if it's not as nice as summer, it still doesn't mean it has to be not nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking, I guess, when I said that it doesn't mean it can't be nice or whatever I said. Like, I figured, even if I love the summer, it doesn't mean the winter has to suck. The winter could be nice, and the summer can just be, even nicer. And it all be, nice weather that I enjoy being outside in. That'd be great, because it doesn't get that cold in the winter here. You don't really have to get used to it being like down in the teens. You just have to get used to it being down in well, in the middle of the day. There's been some really rainy days where the high is like 36 or something, like right above freezing, and I just die outside. But most of the days in the winter, it gets up in the 40s. So I really just like the day that you were here in like April, and we went riding at Duthie Hill, and it was like 38 degrees and rainy. That was an especially bad day as far as I think that was the coldest day, well, the whole week that you were here. Yeah, that did end up being fun. Oh gosh. Although that was fun because I wouldn't normally go out when it's 38 and rainy and ride, so it was a different experience. Split boards. Oh, so you can like split them for firewood? Or does this split boards have something to do with snowboarding? Snowboarding terminology that I don't know. Thought maybe split like firewood so you can light fires and not freeze to death. Oh no, okay. Oh, okay, that makes way more sense. Trying to decide if I want to ride anymore or not. I think I'll go ahead and head back. I've been riding. Oh, I've been live for an hour and 55 minutes. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering how you do backcountry snowboarding when you can't really go uphill easy on them. So that makes sense. Sure, makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and turn around. Otherwise, I have my lights, so I don't care if I ride back in the dark. But I'm actually tired. I destroyed myself yesterday sleep-wise. I still haven't recovered. I felt better today, but not good. So I guess I've gotten enough exercise. Well, I've ridden 3 more miles. No, 2 more miles. So this will put me at 12 miles today. Or maybe a little less. So yeah, it seems good enough. I just wanted to get a little exercise. Yeah. I had ambitions about. I've gone down the other trail and gone way down this trail before, and I've ridden like 18 or 19 miles. I had ambitions of trying to make this a 20-mile day, but I don't actually feel like it. I don't know. It looked like a nice ride. Probably be fun at least sometime. I don't know about in the winter visiting. I don't really, but I definitely wouldn't mind at least at some point. That ride has a lot of riding through the town on roads, and I don't know if I really want to ride on. I don't know if I'm really comfortable enough to ride on roads with cars that much. But I noticed the hilly part of it has parking lots. I wouldn't at least mind driving closer to it and then riding it, like worst case if. And I mean, as far as if I'm comfortable riding around cars, depends on how people drive there compared to here. I'm not really good at staying in bike lanes that are thin and actually being able to look behind me and keep up with cars and not run out of the bike lanes and stuff. So, yeah. So even riding in mixed traffic's not, I'm just not used to it. So if the people drive crazy and I'm not that great at riding in traffic, I wouldn't trust myself enough to not notice a car and ride out in front of them or something. Like not to just go ride, to go from never riding on roads to going, visiting someplace and riding on roads at a place that I've never been. Seems just a little bit too sketchy for me, probably. Yeah, the part up on the hill looked super pretty. Definitely would like to ride that. And I don't mind the hills. I'll just be, it'll just take a while and I'll just be really tired. Oh, so, okay. You could yell at me if I'm riding over and about to get ran over. It's like, Belle! Or something. Yeah, I've thought about that. It would really depend on. I I don't think I'd want to take my bike down there. So as far as riding, I'd have to rent a bike. So I guess it really just depends on what time of year we went down there and how much money I had to spend and, stuff like that. It's kind of a 2-day trip going down there driving unless you just want to drive for hours. And then if you stay someplace, you have to make sure you stay someplace where you can bring your bike in, or probably not have a bike, because most places you can't just, or a lot of places you can't just let a bike sit on top of the car overnight. Yeah. I don't really like going that far away. That much. If I'm gonna drive 14 hours, I'd probably go for more time than I actually. I mean, yeah. There's the north side of town here. I've left bikes on top of a car for like an hour while I was in the store and nobody messed with them. There's places back where I used to live where I would leave a bike for a few hours on top of the car maybe and not be too worried. Especially the bike I'm riding right now. But like driving out here, I brought this bike out with me. And I just brought it into the motels, brought it into my room every night, and took it off the car because I didn't know any of the areas and figured if I also had my computers and all my stuff in the car, so I was really worried about people just breaking into my car and stealing my like thousands of dollars worth of stuff I had in it. Worried enough that I only got motel rooms in nice-ish looking places where like with really lit parking lots and stuff. There was a few places I like paid extra for a motel that looked especially not sketchy where my car would be, and you know, figured well the bike would call attention to my car and then they'll look in it and be like, oh, there's stuff all in here, and then just have a heyday. So it's like it was already, I was sketched out about it anyways, so it's like I took my bike off and just hope for the best. You couldn't really tell what was in the car. I had the expensive looking stuff covered up, but you could tell that someone was obviously moving or something in their car because the back was piled up to the. I mean, the problem is I didn't have any other options. Like, or like people that rent U-Hauls and drive across the country, you hear about people breaking into the U-Hauls at night and stealing all their stuff. Like, unless I paid somebody to ship it, I didn't have any other options, was the problem. I cannot see at all. I can't even see the. Okay. But it got where I couldn't see at all, and I couldn't even see the button on my light to turn the freaking bike light on. Just right in there, it's like, what the crap? I had researched because I was worried about it getting like a pod or something and putting my stuff in it, having it shipped, but the cheapest option was like $2,400, which is insane. And I thought, well, I can't. For $2,400, I could move all my stuff in my car and. Oh, I see. Well, that just depends on. Yeah, maybe I am more trusting. I mean, yeah, it's mostly this bike, which is like a $300 bike or something, but I have left my like $1,800 mountain bike on top of the car while I went into the store to buy stuff. Me and my dad and brother, when me and my brother still lived at home and went on vacation, we would take our bikes with us places on vacation, and there were times where we left them on the back of our car. Like, instead of bringing them into, like, if we stayed in a motel. So that was like, all three of them together was like, you know, $5,000 worth of bikes. We never had anyone mess with them. I mean, that was also like, when we used to do that was like 15 years ago when people didn't steal stuff as much as they do now. It also depends on the area of the country. I trust people, West Coast people so far, at least in the cities, way less than I would trust people back from like where I used to live. Like this place is like sketchy compared to where I grew up, like extremely. Like where I grew up is just crime free, like leave anything any place compared to this, compared to like, now. Like I used to run a route delivering stuff and I wouldn't lock my trailer when I went into the stores delivering, and sometimes I've been in there for like 2 hours and I had like, thousands of dollars of product in my trailer, but none of the other vendors did that either. It's just people just didn't go break into people's cars. Like some of the other people would leave their doors open. Yeah, and I've never had anything stolen. So growing up, it wasn't sketchy enough for people to steal your stuff, usually where I went to. So, and then here, I know it's sketchier, but I'm extremely paranoid. I won't leave my bike any place. I won't even walk in the store for 5 minutes because all it takes is 5 minutes to someone with the right tools or less to run up to the car and cut my bike off and, be off with it. So, like I won't even like go and run in the store for 5 minutes to buy something. So I haven't had anything stolen. But that's just because I didn't have to leave my bike anywhere. So I didn't, have to give people the opportunity. But yeah, if I had a bike stolen, I'd be way less trusting too. Probably, Yeah. I mean, my locks. Yeah, I mean, I was just saying 5 minutes. If you didn't know what you were doing and you're trying to steal it. Like I said, I don't leave my bike places where people can steal it now. And back used to, I wasn't worried about it that much, so I didn't have that good of locks. Because locks were just to make it difficult for somebody where they were less likely to try, instead of it just, not being locked on or whatever. I mean, my bike locks on the bike rack. You can take the front wheel off and get it off if you try. Like, the wheel's still kind of wedged in, but if you take the front wheel off the fork, you can pull it out like you can with most trays, or I guess all of them pretty much. So if I do leave it, sometimes now I cable it on also, but I don't have a really thick cable, and you could just cut it in a few seconds if you had, something to cut it with. It's like I know this. I mean, any kind of lock, someone's going to get through it at some point anyways. Even the good ones, people that know what they're doing, I think can probably get through them in 5 or 10 minutes. So then you're just playing a game of if it's going to take somebody long enough that they think they'll get spotted and, someone see them and then just not try. So it's like, I mean, even with the good ones, at least as far as I know. One more Riverview before I get back. Talk about locks. There's this bridge that people are people are putting their initials on and putting locks on the freaking bridge. I think this is some kind of, what is it, Paris or some crap where people do that? People are doing it here. There's less locks than there was last time I saw. Oh yeah, there's some places where it's like, looks like people cut a bunch off. Uh-huh. It looks like somebody did. There were a lot more, and there's a few places where the paint is worn off of the where the paint's worn off of the fencing, and I'm assuming it's where because I'm pretty sure I remember there being more locks last time, so I'm assuming that's where the locks have wore some of the paint off, and then someone cut them off. There's only a few there now. Yeah, maybe I should before they or somebody should before they tear up the bridge, hanging padlocks on it. Uh-huh. So at least they have to go, whoever has to have an angle grinder with them to take your bike, which is less likely. I would do that also if I was planning on leaving my bike somewhere for more than so it's like it just have to be somewhere where they didn't care if somebody saw them or they didn't think anybody was going to see them. I stopped here. I guess I should go ahead and end stream because I'm almost back to the car. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that happening here. People just cutting them off anyways out in the middle of, depending on what part of town you're at. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Fish. What time is it? 6:33. I want to play Beat Saber one day. One of my old real life friends asked me if I wanted to play games tonight or tomorrow. Oh, I see. Okay. I think I might end up playing games with one of my friends tonight. If I don't, I might stream Beat Saber. It'd be kind of late, probably an hour from now, by the time I... Interesting. I'm curious of what it is now. I want to see what it is. Like, what the heck makes people just not question you? It's either you look scary or you look like a professional, or they just think that like you're a professional lock cutter that is just doing your job and not stealing a bike. Oh, okay. That's the first thing I thought, and I'm like, no, that's like, don't think I'm being trolled. It's just, actually some kind of tool. I gave you, I give people too much benefit of the doubt. It's really funny. I'm gonna raid time. He's playing Beat Saber. It's not a troll? Oh, okay. You're just literally being serious that he's high. Well, I could see that, yeah. That, I guess I can see that, yeah. People You would never wear a jacket like that and go try to steal someone's bike. Or you just wouldn't think somebody would. So someone with a high visible jacket, they're like, oh, this is just somebody it's their job to get the bike off or something. They're doing their job, you know? They're definitely not a criminal. Like, you know, you're wearing that jacket. Okay, I can see that, yeah. Uh-huh. Because people also just, like, don't question it. Let me go. How do I get out of the dashboard so I can watch kind of stream? I think the raid's fixing to start. Anyways,